Hello and welcome to another game from the IMBA Cup. This is the loser's bracket, so one of these players will be out of the tourney. We got here CurrySmuggler going first land. This is the Roses. You can see a massive power spam here. And Curry got in as the 5th qualifier, actually took the place of Donahue, and has made it pretty far in the tourney, beating some really good players freshly in the last round. He's taking on Isen, who won his first game in the winner's bracket, but was sent here by some pretty good players. And now this could perhaps be his last game. I believe it was Voodoo who beat Isen. Now I gotta keep track of that. You can see both players going first land. Not too much air at all yet. And you can see first Angie helping the ACU out. Another Angie getting the mass, so neglecting the mass extractors for a little while. But we also see Celine's for scouting. Isen here still has a single factory. He did get a couple more mass extractors than Curry. Really, there's no need to get mass extractors. There's so much mass in these rocks. Still here coming up on minute 2:30. Both players not giving any clues about what they're gonna do. We do see a lot more scouting from Curry. Interesting placement of a radar here. Guess there's plenty of power. See any early threats like bombers from Curry. Then we finally see second factory from Isen is an air factory, and he's already upgrading mass extractors. Still, yeah, now we do see second air, and actually quite a bit of air from Curry. Here coming up at 3:20. And a pretty big land spam from Curry as well. You can see in terms of scouting, these are very well placed Celine's, looking for any drops in these areas. These are always very good places to drop. Looks like also T1 land spam from Isen here. And just interceptors, looks like another air factory from Isen as well. And Isen is nearly to his first 2 T2 mass extractor, not getting the third. We also see Curry here upgrading mass extractors. Now we're seeing some drops planned for Curry and some early interceptor fight. This is actually going to be the first kill of the game. Here it goes for Isen here nearly at 5 minutes. So both players being extremely cautious. Here comes the first drop from Curry. And it looks like a drop from Isen as well. So very similar. It looks like the drops are going to go to the same bottom base here. You see the placement here hidden behind the mountain for Curry. He's just going to make factories. And smack in the middle of the entrance for Isen. We should see, looks like finally Isen scouted Curry's base. We might see more drops here for Curry. We do see a pretty large T1 force moving in, and you can see these raiders for Curry actually not finding any NGs expanding from Isen. Isen has been very reserved to his own base, but has a lot of T2 mass extractors yet, so a lot of teching for Isen. Looks like he's looking for a long game. A lot more units for Curry on the field. We are going to see this fight over this expansion base. Both players have 3 factories, not going on the 4th. Perhaps a couple more tanks for Isen. Here's a fight that Isen takes easily, but this will be a pretty big confrontation up on top. And this game is beginning to pick up a little bit here at minute 8. We do see air control for Curry directly over Isen's base. Actually shut down a few transports. It's going to be extremely valuable. We see a successful drop here from Curry. Up on top is going to get more land factories. And yet another drop from Curry. It looks like actually big trouble for Curry here on the bottom. Isen just might take this bottom base. But on top, pretty big advantage for Curry, although we do see still a pretty nice size force from Isen doing its thing. So early on, a slight advantage for Curry in terms of map control. And coming up on minute 9, we see Curry has reclaimed 17,000. Isen at 15,000, very even. We also do see T2 air from Isen plus T2 power generators. We do see T2 power generators from Curry as well, and it appears that it is well, where is this T2 factory? Here it is. It's T2 land. You're gonna see some Yoshiras coming in pretty soon. So this base here for Curry still alive, 8 kills in that PD, but only for a little while. But on top, it's completely belongs to Curry, and he continues to drop NGs off these places where he can get a lot of mass. It looks like Isen actually using his ACU to push out up, not an upgraded ACU, and actually being pretty successful. This is an impressive spam here with a few Yoshivas moves mixed in for Curry. Scouting for Isen, and definitely huge air advantage for Curry this entire game. Just a massive air force, and he's been dropping NGs all over the map. It's been working out very well for him. Interesting to see this Celine from the very beginning still alive, doing its recon. There's still a lot of mass here left to reclaim. We see a lot of T2 mass extractors from Curry as well now. Or it looks like it's going to be T3 air from Isen. We do not see any T2 land at this point. Looks like mostly teching, but this is a massive force coming in from Curry. A lot more T1 spam, but on the other side we also see a pretty big spam. So you can see here 2 players going around in a big circle. But there are going to be some Yoshivas in this battle for Curry, which should give him the advantage. And up on top here it's mostly T1, but it's just such a big stream of units. It'd be nice to get some T2 PDs here, and we do see some T2 PDs from Isen. Will be some losses of T2 mass extractors from Curry. There will be 3 T2 mass extractors, but perhaps 4. Some T1 bombers being used to attack this T1 force. And now you can see these Yoshiras getting pretty close. Now we'll be taken out by this T2 PDs. And now the ACU moves in as well for Isen. It looks like this stream of units is getting in here. It doesn't look like Isen is going to be able to do much. It's just way too many units. We do see T3 air now at T3 NG for Curry, and T3 air, and actually T2 gunships for Isen, but his base is getting ran over. Those T2 PDs didn't really serve the purpose. A couple T1 PDs would really help out for Isen. This is just mostly T1, a few T2s. It's a very weak units that you can take out very easily with T1 PDs, but it's a non-stop stream of units. You can see all these dead units in Isen's base. And it actually looks like he brought some flak with him, so these T2 gunships having some trouble. And now here comes a pretty big air force from Curry. Is just going to dominate air above Isen's base, and some T1 bombers coming in as well. Not clear what they were bombing there. Looks like they're targeting T3 NG. That's a pretty good target. And it looks like it's a retreat for Isen. He's pulling some units back to protect his main base. His main base is in pretty good shape. He's got T3 mass extractor, T3 power, a couple shields. But actually now Isen getting hit by T3 strat bombers. He's going to try to get some shields. See Isen's ACU here going down to 5,000 health. A couple more bombs and it's over for Isen. One more bomb. It's both T1 and T2. That bomb was just in time for Isen dash shield. So very bad situation for Isen all over the map. The strat bombers just keep on hitting. One more bomb to knock the shield down. He's going to try to get another shield built. And very close here. Isen just surviving. The strat bombers continue to roll in for Isen. But now the third shield should keep him relatively safe. Now it looks like this T3 power is being targeted. If Curry takes out this T3 power, these shields should, yeah, they just went down right away. There's also a T2 power here that should be taken out. These are devastating bombs, so it should be just a matter of time for Isen. His base is just getting massacred by these Strat bombers. So much better gameplay all around for Curry in this one. Expected it to be just a little bit closer, but a very balanced attack. First winning the game with T1, and these shields are no longer working. First winning the game on the ground in terms of map control with T1, much bigger spam. Has had air control the entire game, plus some drops. And now at the end, it looks like Strat bombers together with T1 units are going to seal the deal. Isen finally gets another T2 power up and just gets destroyed with one bomb. There goes Isen. So now we have another player eliminated, and Curry moves on. Very good run from Curry. Actually gets to play tag Rock Knocks, so that'll be interesting.